Hello, Julia and Honor. I have another story for you about Huffy Puffy. My name is UG, or Uncle Greg. Here we go. Huffy Puffy yawned and rubbed his eyes. Then he suddenly remembered what day it was today. No ordinary day, that's for sure. Huffy Puffy liked every day, even days he had to work, taking all the mums and dads to work and the children to school. But today was special. Very special. Today was his birthday. Huffy Puffy could barely keep still, he was so excited. He gave a little toot with his whistle and then wobbled his wheels. Where was Bill Markiplier, the driver and Huffy Puffy's best friend? Huffy Puffy couldn't wait to get the day started. He wondered what present Bill had bought him for his birthday. Last year, Bill got Huffy Puffy a brand new, really big, really soft polishing cloth, along with a tin of very expensive train polish. Huffy Puffy just loved being polished. It was his favourite thing in all the world. Every Saturday, Bill would wash Huffy Puffy with water and then polish him. Huffy Puffy would be as shiny as the sun, and he felt very proud to be a working train. Where was Bill? Just then, Huffy Puffy heard Bill opening the door to the station house where Huffy Puffy lived. Morning, Huffy Puffy, called Bill. Morning, Bill, yelled Huffy Puffy with a huge smile on his face. He was so excited. Sorry, I'm a bit late today, apologized Bill. We had better get started. But, stuttered Huffy Puffy. What's up? Asked Bill. No, nothing, said Huffy Puffy, feeling a little sad. Had Bill forgotten it was his birthday? Surely not. Not Bill. Bill climbed up into the driver's cab, and then Huffy Puffy moved slowly out of the station house, to connect up the carriages. The mums and dads and children began arriving and getting into the carriages. No one wished Huffy Puffy happy birthday. Not one person. Last year, quite a few of the parents and nearly all the children gave Huffy Puffy a pat on his cheek and said happy birthday to him. Bill had made a cake and everyone sang happy birthday to Huffy Puffy. This year, no one sang. No cake and no happy birthday, Huffy Puffy. Had everyone forgotten? All of them? Huffy Puffy's heart sank. He suddenly felt very sad. Oh well, he said to himself, maybe when we get back tonight, thought Huffy Puffy. All aboard, called Bill, and gave a loud, long toot on Huffy Puffy's train whistle, and off they went. Huff, 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 puff, puff, puff. Down the hill, over the bridge, and through the two large trees, one on the right and one on the left. Just as Huffy Puffy was passing the place where he had helped the lion with the thorn in his paw, Huffy Puffy sniffed a little, and a single tear rolled down his cheek. He was feeling so sad. Did no one care it was his birthday? No one at all. Another tear rolled down his cheek, and Huffy Puffy sniffed again. Here's a picture of Huffy Puffy feeling very sad for himself. You can see the tear rolling down his cheek. Shame, poor Huffy Puffy. No one remembered his birthday. Shame, never mind. Let's see what happens. Are you all right, Huffy Puffy? Asked Bill. Have you got a cold? No, replied Huffy Puffy in a small voice. I haven't got a cold, Bill. I'm just feeling a little sad today is all. Oh, okay, said Bill. I'm glad you aren't sick. Another tear rolled down Huffy Puffy's cheek. Later that day, once school was finished and the mums and dads were finished at work, Huffy Puffy was waiting to take them all home again. Huffy Puffy was still feeling very sad. It was the worst birthday he had ever had. All aboard, cried Bill, and Huffy Puffy gave a great big pull, and off they went. Just as they were getting near the station house where Huffy Puffy lived, Huffy Puffy thought he could hear music. It sounded like a big band with trumpets and drums and things. The closer Huffy Puffy got to the station, the louder the music became. And then, as he came around the corner on the last part of the track, before he was home, he saw something on the track up ahead. Huffy Puffy had to rub his eyes. He looked again. Hundreds and hundreds of brightly coloured balloons, flags, banners and ribbons. They were everywhere. The music was coming from a marching band, and next to the band was a huge big crowd of people. They were all cheering loudly. And right on the tracks, just in front of the station house, was the biggest cake Huffy Puffy had ever seen. It was enormous. It had dozens of brightly coloured candles that were covered in glitter. And next to the cake was a mountain of presents. Up above the cake, stretching over the tracks, was a huge banner that said, "Happy birthday, Huffy Puffy, our hero." Let me show you a picture of the cake. I've got one here. There it is. You can see the cake. You can see how big it is. Some of the mums and dads are standing in front of the cake. You can see it's enormous. Someone fixing their candles up top there. That's Huffy Puffy's birthday cake. Isn't it lovely? And here is a picture of the marching band. You can see they're all smartly dressed with drums and trumpets and all sorts of things. That's the marching band. Okay. As they drew into the station, being careful not to bump into the giant cake, of course, everyone on the train and all the people standing next to the tracks started to sing, "Happy birthday to you." Huffy Puffy did not know what to do. He felt like yelling in excitement, crying, yelling a bit more, or just staring at the cake, the band, the people, and all the presents, all singing and cheering, or just, he felt maybe he should just run away. He wasn't sure what to do. In the end, he just smiled and smiled and smiled. This was the best birthday he had ever had. Once everyone had had some cake, hugged, patted, and hugged Huffy Puffy again, all the people went home. Bill had given Huffy Puffy the most beautiful, bright red, super soft blanket to keep Huffy Puffy warm at night. As Bill was tucking Huffy Puffy into his new blanket, and Huffy Puffy was feeling deliciously sleepy, he said to Bill, "I thought you'd forgotten it was my birthday, but thank you for the best surprise birthday ever in the whole world." Bill just smiled, patted Huffy Puffy, and whispered, "Sleep well, my friend." And that's the end.